asleep. I've tried avoiding this, but my emotions overcame and took all that I have, all that I have. I'm coming clean. I'm not ashamed to feel what is alive and still very real with who I am, with who I am. Like I'm down with your light.
Hello everybody, and welcome to DotaPit Season 4 by G2A. I'm W1, and I'm here with Blitz. We finally get him. Welcome back to the studio.
It's been a while.
It
Haven't
has.
casted in a bit.
It has.
What was it? It was WCA, and then we went to America for the Mafia LAN, and then...
It was WCA. That was the last.
Yeah.
That was the last stretch that we cast, the WCA final.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've casted.
Yeah. This will be a little bit relaxing because we both had a lot more sleep than we had back then.
There just hasn't been a lot of Dota events for us. We had Starladder, and that was casted by BTS, and that was like the only tournament really in January.
Yeah, it's been pretty much it. Like the MDL is happening this week. And, well, we have DotaPit coming up. We have potentially, not potentially, we have WePlay coming up as well sometime soon. We have ESLs, both of them coming up. We're traveling to Shanghai in a month. So don't worry, you get to travel to all your LAN events, Blitz.
It's weird. It's like we went from nothing for like the first like 2 weeks of January, and then it's like the next 2 weeks are just gonna be here all the time.
It's gonna be beautiful. Well, I'm not even here all the time. Like we're doing a lot of these games from the LAN. It's pretty cool.
All right, so draft
Yeah.
underway. Empire with the first pick, Death Prophet. This is absolutely no surprise at all. With all the heroes that I have played with so far in the mid meta, Death Prophet feels like the strongest in both the one-on-one matchup and just the mid game. Part of what this hero used to lack, Toby, is the ability to kind of hit that mid-game stride where you can actually get kills independent of your ultimate. But now with Spirit Siphon, you're an absolute monster.
It's funny because, like at Starladder, the Death Prophet really performed poorly. Like I think she ended up having like a 20% win rate or something like that.
I think that was more though. It was less to do with the hero, because if you saw the hero, it was so successful.
Yeah.
It was just teams. You still have to kind of adjust to playing with her, and her style is. It's almost still a little bit too one-dimensional. It's just a lot better in the mid-game than it used to be. Because before in the mid-game, it was like, oh, there's an engagement. Even if it's a small-scale engagement, I might just have to pop my 130-second cooldown ultimate. But now it's like, oh, I can just Spirit Siphon 2 or 3 people, and I can contribute.
Yeah. And when you say one-dimensional too, like, is it all just about the push for the Death Prophet in the team fight? Because that Siphon, like, I even know some players are going for this Ether Lens build to get the range on Siphon, which is just, it's kind of brutal in a way.
It wasn't even just the range. The old Ether Lens was just straight up broken. What it gave you as a whole, like the magic resistance was super underrated for it. It was an item that allowed these spellcasters to not just get one-shot bursted by a lot of these mid-heroes. And it negated a lot of the nuke damage. It made all of your nukes better. Like, it was just such a good, wholesome item. But, I don't know. I guess you could just go for the straight-up push, but it's not necessary. I think teams are still trying to figure out where she lies in this regard.
Well, with a VS pickup, also another one of those heroes which we get almost every game, either banned or picked.
That's so weird.
Why?
Because she went from just being a dead hero, like every game, you never saw her picked or banned, to being quite frequently utilized.
Well, she started getting played as a one position, and then, what was it? Cap said in one of his casts, the VS is just picked up in the 1-2 every single time because she's just so dynamic. She fits every role you kind of want her to do, be it support or be it the core. Like, you can always find a place for a VS in your team.
Yeah, I think that's the heroes that can do both are always going to be so heavily valued because it doesn't really reveal too much of your draft. I remember Empire, though, they primarily run this as a one position, and that was really clear just because if you saw their series against Secret, I believe that was at WCA, where Havos just played it twice and they romped over Secret.
Well, you know,
really quickly.
Havos has now moved to offlaner now, so he's no longer in that one position. In fact, it's kind of this tag team between Funnick and Havos as this dual offlane.
I was thinking about that on the right here. I was like, I heard about that, the role switch, and I was thinking about how it goes. Because for me personally, I think that the 3-position role is the most cerebral, and Havos isn't always known for being like the most cerebral players. But there's that like image, you know, where it shows like what Kuro has to think about when he plays, and then Havos just like it's just like the word cloud, and all he's thinking about is like divine rapiers and stuff. But I mean, it kind of makes sense because he's the type of player that just wants to fight. He's like, guys, I just want to go.
That's what they draft for him. They keep drafting. Spirit Breaker, I think, is one of the most picked up heroes for Team Empire. So they give Funnick a stable support. They run Havos on the offlane, who they just they give initially him levels. He'll get to like level 3, level 4, and then just
10
rotate
seconds
and
remaining.
rotate and rotate and rotate, just run at people the entire time. While Funnick then normally as this 4th position core gets a lot more space to get power levels up. One thing which I do also want to praise is the fact that Aloha Dance into the core position of Team Empire, number 1 position, he has been so good with that. Like you talk about like having cerebral players on cores, and like Horse wasn't known for it. Aloha Dance's rotation
10
timing and
seconds
his
remaining.
movement has been so damn good. That rotation of your number 1 position into mid lane or onto your off lane with the Spectre, which he played the other night, it was so good with his
Reserve
timing
time.
for Hort, where he ended up. It was, yeah. I'm loving watching him playing the hard farmer.
Yeah, I always thought that he was the type of player that should transition into playing a core role. I think that it fits his immediate style a little bit better for this meta, especially. Like I remember when I was watching him play with like Always Want to Fly. Even then, I was just like, okay, Aloha Dance stands out to me quite a lot. But a lot of these players, when you transition from playing the support immediately to the core, it's a little bit difficult. And the main reason for it is just because you don't really have the competitive experience of playing both roles. But I mean, you're seeing players like Aloha Dance, to an even bigger extent, No Tail, who just transitioned from playing like the 4 role to playing like mid/carry and then wins a major, right?
Yep.
It's doable. It just takes a lot of time and practice.
Well, he's definitely off to a good start.
Didn't he hit 8K? Yeah, I think he did.
Aloha?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
There's a lot more people hitting 8K now. Is now 9K the new 8K?
No, I don't think so.
Team
Maybe sometime.
Alright.
The players that are like 7K now are bad. I don't know what happened. It's just like this weird shift.
Is this you just looking at your pub games and the people you have to play with, or?
Yeah, it's just I'm starting to see that there's like whenever I play with like a 7K player, it's not the status symbol it used to be for sure.
Well, that's normally the way it is, isn't it? Until you have something like what happened in CS with the ranking culling.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Like 6K feels just terrible for me right now.
You should try being in 4K.
Eh.
10 seconds.
All right, so PR, they pick up the Sven Ancient Apparition. Sven just really good overall as a core nowadays. He's one of the what really changes when you're doing the ancient stacks. Like heroes like Gyrocopter, they don't build up to natural damage, so it takes them a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Sven is one of the heroes that actually still makes ancients efficient, because you don't have to go for the Battle Fury. You can go for all of your core items and still do it just with your ultimate and your cleave.
Well, everyone's been maxing up cleave as well. Like we've seen this Helm of the Dawn build into basically farm items.
That's like a pub thing, or maybe it's see that's the weird thing. The reason why I reference pub so much in my cast is because I never know where one thing starts and the other thing ends. Like the Spectre thing is a bad man. Have you seen that guy? It's like this like 8K player that only picks spec every game.
I have not heard of him yet. No.
What?
I know.
That's one of those things where pubs influenced pro play, is because you're seeing this guy play Spectre every game, have so much success. He shot up from 7K to 8K like that playing this hero, and then people start to say, maybe we're underrating this hero. Maybe this is a lot stronger than it used to be. And since then, I've been seeing a correlation. Like a lot of these teams are picking him up a lot more. They're experimenting with him, trying to see whether or not it works. And I think there was like an interview he did recently, and he's like, people are starting to see that this hero is quite powerful if you play it in a different way. Not just going for the immediate radiance, but playing for the mid game. This hero can do quite a lot.
Well, that has been the standard build for the Spectres, right? It's phase boots as well as earn, and then just fighting in the mid game.
That is the Badman build. That is exactly what he does, Toby.
Well, now I understand the source of it.
Yeah.
All I'm happy, like, out of, like, watching a Zeus as well as Spectre on the same team just feels so brutal every minute of the game, and then you add it with the Nature's Prophet. Team Global is almost kicking back. Like, the only thing which is really missing is having the AA and the Nyx Assassin together.
Yeah.
And then you've basically got a lineup which does... It's terrible, because you never be able to fight as 5 men.
Yeah.
But this lineup of Empire, I don't mind it in this game. Like, they've got a lot of control over the Sven. I'm actually really concerned right now that Power Rangers just won't be able to get close enough to fight. And then when Spectre does get, like, a lot more farm and potentially the early Diffusal Blade, it's just going to rip apart the Zeus as well as the Ancient Apparition. Even the Oracle will have trouble deciding who to save.
It sort of just depends on who sets tempo faster. Like PR are a lot better at taking objectives like Roshan. I think the only thing that they lack a little bit is their ability to siege, whereas Empire has that in spades. Like you can just send your DP up and you can pretty much keep her alive with things like the swap.
Can you still do Roshan when you go for the hard farm builders event? Because I've noticed like you've got this almost 5-minute delay before Sven does decent amount of damage.
I mean, you got Beastmaster to scout for you. I think it's okay. I guess Empire could go for the Roshan too.
Yeah.
It's just you have dire advantage plus Beastmaster Hawk makes it pretty difficult.
If Haunt was down and Death Prophet ulti was down, I feel a lot more confident for PR to go into the pit.
Yeah. Empire though have to play around their ulti timings for sure.
Yeah.
I actually really like Empire's draft. I think the way that they drafted forced PR to kind of play reactionary style is like
this is their
we'll
standard
see.
draft. Like the only thing which they've really mixed up at their drafting is the Undying. The Spirit Breaker is a very normal kind of thing. The Undying is just a little bit. It's not left field because it's still like an old Empire hero, but it hasn't been what they've been playing over the last week at least.
Yeah. Speaking of 8Ks, Illidan is the highest MMR now, I believe, in Dota.
Really?
Yeah.
Across everywhere?
Yeah, congrats to him.
Hey, congrats. It's kind of funny though that he doesn't actually have a team. Like he's standing in for Power Rangers at the moment.
He's a talented player.
He'll find one eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
He's consistently playing with Power Rangers for the moment. And Power Rangers needed someone with a lot of talent. Like after they lost FNG, Power Rangers kind of dropped off the map because he was the very hardly sought after like that leader.
Having a leader now in Dota means so much. It's just when you play against these other teams and you've got a leader that actually knows what's going on, that has an idea of how to play the mid game and stuff like that. It's so much more valuable than just having 5 mechanically skilled players. It's like the cohesion. Okay.
Okay. That's not what we were expecting. We actually waited tonight.
Light of heaven.
that's awesome, Light.
Can you Matt?
Oh, he would play. Oh, 100%.
Wow,
he would play.
he's being serious, I think. He's saying, I call hard lane. He says he can do it.
He doesn't get hard lane though.
Dude, I would like Light of Heaven was a lot of people just like I can't remember why, but I know a lot of people have been hating on him like ever since he retired. I think he just made some stupid comments or whatever, but that guy was
He's been very opinionated. I think he tried to run the same line as Velat does.
Yeah. But this guy was the offlaner. He's just like so good.
Alright, so we're gonna remake in the standard. I remember Light of Heaven from his Warcraft 3 days, and that guy was so like he wanted to set the trend. Like he hated following everybody else.
Yeah, Light of Heaven was my favorite player for a really long time. Mainly because of the conversation he had with Milk. Now that I'm such good friends with Jacob, where he calls Jacob an idiot. That was like the shining moment. Like I always try to copy paste that to Jacob whenever I can to remind him.
Whenever Jacob does something stupid, just remember, Jacob, you're an idiot.
Yeah, Havos called
Confirmed
you
by Light of Heaven. That's
my Dota is like okay. There we go.
Filter is your friend. We're the first ones in though. We're the first ones into this new lobby.
We did it.
So I don't know if everyone else was actually watching the conversation or not, but we're the first ones in. But yeah, I remember Light of Heaven. This was oh god, this is when Light of Heaven was actually this is when he got kicked. I remember the timing of it because it was around Dota 1. Oh, it was just before. Yeah, it was when Artstyle got kicked. When Artstyle got kicked just after TI won. And Light of Heaven openly opposed Puppy. He actually went out on Pro Dota and said that I don't believe in Puppy's decisions anymore. And he was playing a Nature's Prophet this one game, and he just decided, while the rest of them were pushing up top, Puppy was like, you come and join us now. And Light of Heaven's just like, I'm going to go bottom lane and push this one instead. Light of
Weird.
Heaven ended up taking a Rex, and we're all sitting there casting this game, and we're like, oh my god, Light of Heaven's going for an amazing play, Na'Vi are doing the 4-1 split, and they never saw it coming. It was just because it was never planned to actually happen.
I see.
That was when people were trying to work out who was meant to go where, and then Light was like, okay, Puppy, I respect you. And they all got together and worked as a team again.
That's good.
Yeah.
You should,
That
because
was-
Puppy has
was a
clearly
happy
proven
ending.
he's like the best captain of all time.
His memory is unbelievable.
I mean, it's just every team he goes to has success. At that point, like, what are you gonna say about the guy? He's clearly been like the common factor here.
I challenge anyone to try and like if you ever have the moment, go up to Puppy and ask him about a critical game in the past, and I bet you he'll be able to go, okay, yeah, it was this hero picked up because of this reason. This was the item building, and this was the timing for the attack. He did that to me when we were sitting at TI4, I think it was, and we were just talking about like a pick that was happening. I'm just like, well, I remember seeing this somewhere. He's like, yeah, it was ESWC back in this year,
Can
and
we
it was this game versus this game, and this guy picked it up, and it basically set the trend for this. This is the reason why this got picked. I'm just like, what the fuck? How do you know this?
Can we use Sexy Bambo as stand-in?
No, they can't, because he's playing for someone else.
Ah.
Yeah. If he was playing in a different,
No, you can't.
yeah, no, they can't.
Should be illegal.
Yeah, it is. It is. They used to be things like if they weren't in the same group as you, you'd be able to do it. Like this used to be an acceptable practice. I know. Maybe we should get one of the the NIP guys from the CS team. Like they seem to be good stand-ins. I saw them play against you guys the other night.
I wasn't in that game, but like Freiburg messages me. He's like, "We challenge you." I'm like, "What?" And then I go load I go load Capstream, and suddenly they're playing like 5-on-5. You know, Forrest is actually really legit at Dota. Like, he went godlike against them. These are all like 6-7K players, and he just like was stomping them. Forrest is legit. Freiburg.
Freiburg's not too bad.
If Freiburg like focused up, I could see him actually playing competitive Dota. He has like the drive for it and stuff, and I think he's just one of those people. I think Forrest and Freiburg are just like the people that are just like good at games.
It seems like every time though Freiburg plays, he's just there to have fun.
Yeah,
Like,
that is
he
what it
he
is.
doesn't take it seriously at all.
It's his off game. You've got to have one of those, right?
Yeah, CS is my off game.
Yeah, same. I think CS is. That's the thing that I've started to realize about CS. CS is everybody's off game.
Yeah, well, if there's any kind of a like stress release kind of thing, like that's kind of it can actually build up a lot more stress.
Yeah.
But compared to Dota, I don't think so.
It's the Mad.
Wait, really? Really?
The 7.6K French god.
Wow. Sebastian.
Yeah.
Wait, so he's going to be playing the support role then? I
No.
assume?
Dude, he's like a 7.6K core player in pubs. I'm sure it's fine.
Well, you still got a Aloha on the court, which means Matt's playing the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, it's fine. Matt's a smart player. He'll figure it out.
Unless Funnick wants to play the Spirit Breaker and they just push Matt into a support role.
Nah, dude.
That
Matt'll
mu-
do it. It's fine.
Are you sure?
I've been seeing this guy play like mid and carry every game.
I don't doubt Matt's skills.
Man,
I-
here's
I-
what you do.
I never doubt
Here's how you
Matt's
play
skills.
Spirit Breaker. You literally shut off your brain and you play like Creed. You know that song My Sacrifice by Creed? You like bump that to like an 11 and then like queue up In the End by Linkin Park and just start charging at people nonstop.
Interesting
Like, this is how you play that hero.
interesting fact about Creed. Take it.
Yeah, Jacob didn't know it was a Christian rock band.
We can never let him forget that.
Yeah. But that's actually what I do when I play Spirit Breaker. I just like blast Creed and just charge at people, and it's great. It's good stuff.
I would play like the Matrix soundtrack.
No,
that would be my thing. If ever I was playing something like that's that aggressive.
You just gotta run at people, never stop. You can't stop to think about your decisions.
All right, so we get we get to start again. I hope that's not what I think it is. I'm not getting sick. I'm not getting sick, Blitz. I refuse.
I just don't leave my house ever, as you know, so I never get sick anymore. Seriously, that's been the biggest thing. Ever since I stopped coming to the office or going outside, no more sickness.
Then we'll send you to a LAN event, and because you've got no immune system at the time,
really
you're gonna
don't.
get destroyed.
I mean, you know me. That's just what happens.
It is every time.
Yeah.
I actually got, like, originally when I traveled to LAN events, I got so sick, especially DreamHack. Like, DreamHack is just a festering pile of just disease.
Who was the
Which is
mid-tier-
really sad because it's one of the greatest events ever.
Not to interrupt, but who was the... It was Zeus. Never mind. Okay, I favor Empire's lineup, and I'll explain why.
Okay, lay it on me.
So, the way that I've been considering Dota anyways is I think you have to have, like, a definitive way to end the game at some point. Because teams have gotten so good at defending high ground nowadays, right? So, for me personally, I feel that it is a lot easier for Empire to execute their draft and to just go and end the game than it is for PR. Unless PR just run away from, like, the mid game on, I think it's easier for Empire to just straight up end the game. So this is why I will favor Empire's draft.
Well, I can go with you. I'm really worried about Power Rangers being able to end.
Yeah, I just think that their high ground assault is going to be a little bit too rough.
They basically need to have unstoppable heroes.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's the only way.
But they can do that, which is why you draft
Yeah.
a combo like Oracle Sven, is because you can just make the Sven unkillable. So, oh, what's going on?
We're missing a broadcaster. That's all. That's all we're waiting for. But don't worry, I've kept it up on the screen so everyone can keep tabs on it.
Just chilling.
We may just need to pause though, because if we kick back to lobby, we all have to load it again.
How have we been doing on filling? You think we've been doing a good job filling?
I hadn't even noticed we've been filling. We've just been talking.
Yeah.
I suppose that is filler.
I think it's filler because nothing is happening for like the last
True.
10 minutes.
True. There is little to no extra stimulus kicking in. Oh, back. We're in the lobby. Yeah. And the channels are all broken again. Yay! Rerun.
Get us in there, Toby.
Oh, come on. Well, we're already in. Like, we loaded to the lobby, but what happens every time you finish loading into a, like, you get kicked back into a lobby, all the broadcast channels are
Oh, there
just
we go.
destroyed.
We're good.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a bit to load up. I was actually, I was trying to find out, like, I was digging around because I'm really trying to work out when they're going to allow Enigma sets to kick in. Because I can't wait to make one of those. And I got an answer about why there's a lot of this unpolished stuff in Reborn. And the simple answer back was, we're currently trying to stabilize the entire engine before we take care of cosmetic things which aren't game critical. That was pretty much the answer. And I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. Like, if does your game crash anymore? No. Do you have FPS drops? Yeah, that's a problem. That's what they focus on fixing. They don't worry about, well, the broadcaster slots don't instantly show up when you get back into a lobby.
Our concerns are not, whatever we're concerned about as broadcasters are definitely not shared by. It's not a big deal at the end of the day.
It isn't.
It's just a minor nuisance. We'll live.
It looks a little rough.
Don't be a diva, Toby. It's all good.
I'm not a diva, Bets. I am a bit of a diva.
Man, I am loving Zeus lately, though. That hero owns.
He is so...
Aether Lens is great on him.
Even with the loss of resistance, that range on it is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to be in the middle of the fight anymore. You can sit super far back. Because that was the issue with Zeus, is that you had to be so close.
Yep.
This item was made for this hero. You get to sit super far back. You just, like, shoot lightning from your fingertips. Nobody can do anything or get close to you. Then you get, like, a 4-staff and you're unkillable.
It's impossible to stop him farming in mid as well. Because, like, what are you meant to do? Like, Death Prophet wants to try and harass him out of lane. He just uses Arc Lightning to do it. You get to your bottle, and as long as you just control that nicely, or you get a couple of runes here and there, the Zeus has no issue. And then you build into, like, what's going to allow you to spam anyway.
Oh,
then
Funnick is playing Spirit Breaker.
You get your Arcane Boots. I called it.
Damn it. Come on, Mad.
I called it.
Just call your shots.
It's going to be Team Empire going, you know what, just go into a support role. You're a stand-in for this game. Just do your thing.
Yeah.
And Matt is an amazing support player. Like, I still remember when his Enigma was being banned out just as a respect. Wait. Are they trying to toss up their last hero here?
No, I think you just DC'd. We're having issues, guys.
No. Why? Blitz, are you an Albatross? We haven't had a single problem with the DotaPit game. The only issue we had was when Alliance dropped out, and then we had a rescheduling of games. That was been the only issue for DotaPit so far. Everything has been
Oh, Alliance
so
isn't going
smooth.
to DotaPit?
No, Alliance dropped out. Alliance, do not want to play qualifiers anymore.
Hmm.
That was the word.
Damn it, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to Jerry about this.
Why do you think your dick's so big?
What?
That's the ego. That's where most ego is stemmed from.
Yeah. I don't know if I associate EGM and ego.
True. He doesn't. Oh. No. Wait, what the hell is that? What did Cheshire Cat just say?
You know, I tried to get EGM to do an AMA. As a joke, I said, "Will you do a Reddit AMA if you win TI?" And he said yes. Then he won TI and he backed out.
What a coward.
He is.
That's... Why wouldn't he? I remember like Slacks did that video.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
what I
just
was
like,
remembering.
It's like I can't find any information on this guy. There's nothing anywhere.
It's because he doesn't want anybody to know anything about him.
Really?
He just doesn't care.
But everyone like, is he trying to be more like Ice Frog?
He just doesn't care. He just wants to live his own life. I don't think that guy checks anything. He doesn't check Reddit. He doesn't check any Dota forums. He doesn't care if people flame him. You know when people were flaming Alliance and stuff?
Yep.
I would read stuff to him. He's like, cool stuff. Just doesn't care.
He just does his own
He
thing.
just does his own life. He's the coolest guy I know.
We are talking to some other random Russian. Okay.
I've got no idea what's going on. We're just chilling and figuring out what's going on.
That's your Kit Kat sitting there going, oh, God, I gotta make a VOD mark. How long is it till the game actually begins? 25 minutes into the VOD. I still don't understand what Cheshire
Matt's
Cat
back.
said.
We
Is
did it, fam.
Gotta have belief in the French. Yeah.
Get it.
I want to know what Cheshire Cat said because he put my name in a line.
No, it's fine.
For Toby, start over N for S Vars. What? What is this?
I mean, maybe it
What is
wasn't
this?
even referring to you.
It may not be.
It probably isn't.
Okay, is there another? Is there someone else in this game called Toby?
I'm
With
sure
an
it's
I?
fine.
Or does Toby stand for something in Russian?
Why would they reference you, Toby?
I don't know. See, that's the reason why. It's like someone says your name across the room and instantly your ears will prick it.
Don't get such a big head, man.
What? Well, he's in now, and he's actually picked a Vengeful Spirit.
Are we starting?
I'm hoping so. I want to get this game underway. Considering this game was meant to begin 47 minutes ago. We might be a little bit late tonight. And we've still got another series to play. We have Liquid going up against the Finnish Stark. Get to watch Trixie play some Lone Druid probably.
Hmm.
He's been doing that a hell of a lot. Alright, so off we go.
Alright, here we go. The game has started.
Yeah.
Empire versus PR.
Hi.
Featuring Mad playing a Vengeful Spirit. Let's get it.
Alright.
He forgot to give his mid tangos. Good start. Whenever
Resolution wants it. Mad's refusing.
what's going on, guys?
Okay, now he just gave him 2.
Whenever I request tangos in a game when I'm with Marlene, he calls me Princess Will, and says I'm spoiled for asking for tangos. Okay.
Should be the standard, right?
Yeah, it is. He's just messing with me because that's what he does. All right, Empire. It looks like they're gonna go for the aggressive tri-lane, and they're gonna give Funnick the one-on-one matchup with the Beastmaster. I think Beastmaster does okay against this matchup. They might just be contesting the rune as well, but judging by the ward placement, I don't know if this is the case. You're starting to see this transition too, where a lot of offlaners have been centering where the lane ward goes for the supports, which is pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that too on the right here, just like the evolution of warding, how everyone's getting so next level about warding and dewarding now. Okay.
Did Funnick just get blocked?
Nah, he's fine.
He's
He is eating a lot of tangos for this though. Holy.
he went through 2 of them.
That's like 80 gold, Funnick. You can't just waste that. Just fight them. The boar's got like 15 HP. What are they going to do? Oh, I think that was a mistake, Toby.
Well, because of it, they well, they're not going to lose both runes, or they might. This board's already in position.
No,
It's
he's
not going to
good,
get
he's
the
good.
denial. That's the only reason I was thinking of it.
No, but that was weird. You just ate 2 tangos. That's a lot of money.
It's like he panicked. Maybe he was worried there was a lot more Power Rangers behind him.
Yeah,
Because
but then he would have
had no-
skilled. Then he would have skilled charge me. Oh, there's nothing to charge, I guess. I'm an idiot. Nah, Funnick's a genius.
Maybe he's also just a little bit twitchy.
You can just charge the board. It doesn't even look like a board. That thing is so weird looking. It looks like a giant cockroach thing.
With the ridge to back.
Yeah, it was just odd. All right, here comes the Hawk, just to scout for both the supports, because isn't gonna ward for himself. In fact, they're just gonna get the ward in the lane at top, which is really common, which is what I was talking about, where people are gotten really good about dewarding and.
Especially with the early TPs. Those things are worth so much too. Like the amount of experience you get from that as a support in the early stages if you do find one. Well, that's quick and easy level 2.
This is just a weird dual lane for Empire because they don't have a lot of kill potential in this lane. Like Venge Spectre isn't exactly going to blow you away. So you're noticing that Cheshire Cat is playing incredibly aggressively. Like how often do you get to see a melee offlaner play up like this? But he knows that he can get away with it because the kill potential is so low. Also, the harass potential from support heroes like Vengeful are so little. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to waste your entire mana pool with 1 stun. It's barely going to do any damage. Your right-click damage isn't anything to write home about. So what you have to do in this safe lane is just kind of pull back the creep wave, deny experience where you can, and kind of let him get away with this, which is the sad part.
I would be concerned though, like maybe 2 minutes into this game when Aloha is able to get higher points up and Desolate, and then Mag can give the negative armor plus the stun.
Yeah, but you can just keep your board by you. And you're going to be okay. Which is what he's doing right now. Like he's always making sure to have the board near him, and he's just doing a really good job. Like he's getting as much as you want out of this offlane right now, which puts a lot more pressure on this dual offlane from Empire to accomplish something.
Well, right now the only thing they've really managed to accomplish is keeping the CS down a little bit lower on this Ven. One other lane we should be looking at is probably the mid lane. The Death Prophet, we can't underestimate her power, and I kind of want to watch as well the farm rate of Shaq. The fact he's got a regeneration rune bottled up is just so disgustingly good for him. Wow, okay, they actually got first blood. I don't know if you saw that one happen. Funnick needs to charge himself away right now, pushing Illidan out.
He's going to get out. This is fantastic for Empire. We were just talking about that. Like, this dual offlane, you should try to get as much as you can because the Beastmaster is getting some free levels. And as soon as we talk about that, somehow they managed to get a kill on the AA.
It's crazy they managed to do that because they would, like, PR started the pull. Like, that's kind of what started it all. PR started the pull, and there's no vision from Team Empire to see this, so they had to walk over. And Power Rangers should be aware of that because they got the Observer Ward in the lane.
Yeah, that was definitely a misplay. But AA is a really squishy support. Undying is quite decent against it. It's really hard for these supports because Illidan can't really pressure too much because you've got a limited amount of stuns, so when you do use them, you want to make them count. Anytime you have to use it defensively, it just emboldens Empire a little bit more in this lane. And speaking of the Zeus Death Prophet, yeah, Zeus can just spam Arc Lightning, but he can't really do too much to bother Resolution's farm. It's not like you can get a boatload of denies or anything like that. You're just trading farm a little bit less efficiently.
What do you think about the build over on the Spectre going for high points up in Spectral Dagger?
This is the build.
This is the build?
Yeah, this is the build.
Not to like instantly max out Desolate?
I think this is what Badman does most of the time. This is where I'm gaining most of my knowledge from, but the move speed plus the damage increase is a lot better than the early levels of Desolate, I think. I think the later the game goes, plus when you decide to go for the jungle and things of that nature, the Desolate is going to pay off a little bit more. But I think in the laning phase, the Spectral Dagger gives you a little bit more, especially since you've got the
They have
boar.
a play at bottom now.
Yeah. Cheshire Cat, bring your board. Here we go.
There's also those phase boots over on the Spectre. Gonna dive underneath the tower. Aloha. Cheshire Cat's gonna hide the space, and Aloha's actually getting himself similarly trapped. Luckily, he had those phase boots back off cooldown. But Cheshire Cat, all he's gonna do is expend off the salve, and he's out of everything.
Yeah.
Like he's got no real health and no real mana to work with for anything.
This dual offlane from Empire, though.
Well, they're going on no fear. He's got a soul rip almost straight away. Funnick will buy him the space to do so. With the decay, he gets a little bit more life for the cold feet ledges from J4. Funny tried to create as much space as he possibly could for that, though.
It's still okay-ish, though, because the Sven is getting zoned out of a lot of experience and farm because the 2 supports have to be in lane with him all the time, Toby. Like, you're noticing that the Sven is only level 4 right now. Spectre is 5.
Shax's dead.
Change. Yeah.
With Soul Siphon, like, it's guaranteed kill on the Zeus. All they need to do is have a little bit of support and that's from Funnick. This is what Havorce has been doing non-stop for Team Empire. It basically wins them almost every single lane and puts them into a position they just push straight after.
Yeah, and that combination is so hard for a hero like Zeus to survive. The Spirit Siphon plus the charge, there's almost no chance that you're getting away from that.
I'm wondering if this is the game where Zeus wants to even bypass going for the...
Look at mid right now. Shaq can't even blow him off. Like, he's just going to get Spirit Siphoned. If Resolution at a second level...
Could be bottom where they get the kill, though. Wave of Terror connects. J4 comes in. Actually gets himself killed as well, giving Funnick a double kill onto the Spirit Breaker. That's either full earn or treads.
Yeah, the Spirit Breaker has been too successful in this game. Like, he's disrupted a lot. They've gone a lot of kills at the top lane while they picked up the kill on the AA. They got the kill at bottom. He was able to make what happened at mid.
Has Resolution got another kill? Because he just picked up a Haste Rune.
He's gonna chase it. Shaq, he's got vision of Shaq too, and he's not afraid of the 2 supports.
Yep.
Like, I think Resolution should just go for this.
And he's got it. The charge is now going to shift over to Illidan, and
he sees this coming though.
Yeah, there's no Soul Siphons available anymore.
It's okay though with the charge, as long as the other hero rotates, and no fears here.
Yep. He just sat on the top lane the entire time. Resolution, he's going to get himself in range with the Soul Siphon now.
Oh, and Illidan is dead.
Oh, wow. This is just such a brutal combo. They can just run at you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering, like, if it's worthwhile Zeus just going in for something like a Yosep to stop that charge or get himself some freedom in some way.
I think it continues to go. You might not take the damage, but he continues to heal, and you're just kind of stuck there. I feel like Yules is the wrong choice. If anything, I think you play the range game and then go for something like the Force Staff or the Aether Lens, or a combination of both. I don't think Yules is the answer, though. I feel like Yules just kind of... It leaves you where you were, so it doesn't do too much. And this is pretty significant for PR, losing the stack. They're trying to contest it right now. Resolution is wasting a lot of time here. They even rotated the bench to do this, but Illidan's going to get gone on and should be okay. But the Spec Haunt...
He's got level 6 already, the Spectre, so Illidan will drop Reality up. Where do you go? You go for J4. The Soul Siphon slowing him down so much. They just mow over them.
They're going to continue
the
to
tower
chase.
with a charge forward. And even then, Funnick identifying the fact they can go for the 4th on a Cheshire Cat. The Thunder God's Wrath will be able to get one revenge kill over on the Spectre. But this is getting well out of control for Power Rangers. It's 10 to 8 minutes in, and you're going to potentially lose your top tower as well.
Yeah. We both favored Empire's draft, or maybe you bandwagoned me, Toby, but something that we talked about was just that if
Sorry, I'm not allowed to have thoughts of my own.
If PR was going to have a chance, it had to be in this mid-game area where they can get a lot of map control using the Zeus plus the Beastmaster, but that just hasn't been the case. They're just getting overrun right now by Empire. Like, Empire's just done such a good job of controlling the safe lane up. If you notice that the Sven is kind of in this weird situation where now he's got to go to the off lane. He doesn't really have any stacks available for him. Like, because both supports had to be up there, that's the biggest thing about dual offlaning, Toby, is that you force both your supports to help you out.
Yep. It's funny though, like when you look at heroes like Oracle, who have been like amazing heroes in the current patch.
Oh, Funnick might actually go down here.
It's gonna be a pretty decent kill. He's got 5 kills. He's just so damn tanky. He can't charge, and in fact, just buys Shadow Amulet before dying. So Beastmaster is a huge injection of gold. Yeah, but Oracle has been that hero which you've always just said, like, oh, wow, this guy just completely wins a lane almost for you. But the Undying has played such a huge role. And with both the Ancient Apparition and the Oracle, I'm like, what's the synergy that we're searching for between these two guys? When you got both support heroes going up against a dual safe lane, I mean, shouldn't you have more success with your defensive tri-lane? You
can, but if you look at PR's lineup, you just need a lot of levels on those heroes, especially a hero like Oracle. And Ancient Apparition is one of... Actually, Ancient Apparition and Oracle are 2 of the squishier support heroes. And it's just a little bit of a worry. Mad's going to get caught out here, but this is not your priority target. And they might even turn around for this as the Spec ult is popped. Doesn't look like
this top lane.
turn, though.
They found Illidan up on top lane. That's what brought Spectre there.
What a trade.
You know, I'd actually be okay with that because Power Rangers also blew 2 smokes then.
Yeah, that was quite a lot. That's what I was saying. Like, you're going to run into a Vengeful. Mad's going to be like, this is fantastic. None of my cores died for this? Awesome. Shaq is being chased down, but looks like he's just going to run away. Funnick is just shadow amuleting away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know, this game has gone pretty rough for Empire. It's the biggest thing is that their Sven has no stacks to go towards, and the Spectre's getting a good amount of farm, as is the Death Prophet. And these are your 2 heroes that we were talking about. You need heroes that can end the game. These are heroes that can just straight up make the game miserable for your supports.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle
Funnick
tower
is being
is
the
under
most
attack.
patient Spirit Breaker right now, and finally he gets the vision onto Shaq. So the charge straight in, the Thunderbolt trying to stop him. The Bash still was able to connect, however, and Zeus will end up dying. And with the Resolution triggering his ulti,
Radiant's
it'll be a
bottom
tier 1
tower
for a tier 1 tower trade with the Zeus icing on the top for the Empire lineup. And they're still farming like Aloha Dance up on this top lane. And in fact, they just start charging over on Illidan. He's going to TP himself away to safety. The right choice at the right time.
The mid tower, though, is so important, so much more important. You get control of your own jungle back. It makes it harder for PR to take control.
Are they coming to fight?
Yeah, it looks like they are. I think they're
underneath an obs and a
No, there's
sentry
no way,
though, so
actually.
this is
You
not
gotta
going
get
to
out.
work. And they get the charge down on Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, he does have Roar, but Bignum isn't
Dire's middle
quite level
tower
6
is
yet,
under
so they
attack.
should just disengage. They're significantly weaker than Empire right now. And the Spectre ultimate is just about to be up too. Your supports being level 5 and 5 respectively, there's almost no chance that you're going to fight. Once they hit 6 though on both supports, that's when things kind of heat up for PR, and that's your opening when you've got your AA ulti, but I mean,
You
J4 just TP'd to top. Spec might think about going for this if he knows that nobody's sitting behind him.
Just waiting for them to go on Illidan, actually. Spectre's just hanging there for the moment.
Yeah.
So Cheshire Cat, up they run. They end up finding 3 of them. The Decay and Tombstone's really going to cluster everything up. The Zeus is dead so quickly. Bignum has no choice but to get swapped back in. The Ice Blast hits nicely, killing off the
They're going
Undying.
to lose a courier
But
too.
you've lost 3. You're right, the courier dies as well. Spectre ulti was popped, but you got Exorcism off cooldown in 36 seconds. This push power is just going to kick in from Empire. Like, we're still back at the same point where we ask ourselves the question, after J4 will probably die if Funny can get an extra 17. Doesn't even need it. Are they actually coming to try and contest this? He goes Invis and Big Num, he's not going to commit a sentry for that. Actually, maybe he will now that Illidan's right behind him. He's just, wow. They know. Sentry's down, there's no charge, except when he switches his treads, and now he ends up just dying.
That's a lot of gold, though, for the Oracle. 636. Funnick had a pretty decent chunk of change on him. And
Oracle's level 6 as well. That's that level 6 and 6 you were talking about.
the problem, though, is that when you look at the net worth and you compare it, Spirit Breaker is well over the 1 position Sven, who just finishes his Helm of Dom. And if you look at the map, Empire, because of the amount of control that they've gotten, Toby, they've already preemptively sentried and warded up the Ancient stacks, because they know that this is the way back in the game for them. So they're doing such a good job pushing the pace, and not only that, if the pace of the game slows down, they're handling things as they should. Like, get rid of the Ancients, ward up everything that you can, continue to play aggressively, damage the supports if, wherever possible, and take map control using Resolution. Like, you're noticing that he's coming to all of these 5-man engagements, even if he doesn't have his ultimate up because of the strength of Spirit Siphon.
Yep. I'm kind of disappointed though we didn't go for the lens build.
It's okay. Like, going for the Yules this early on.
Oh yeah, it still makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Big Num is just wrecked. Revenge is granted to Funnick. And there's no way they see him coming in. Cheshire Cat's just leaving, hiding inside of Roshan. And now the Spectral Haunt. They find Illidan. The reality already coming in from Aloha. Now he doesn't have the mana to throw out the Spectral Dagger, but with Funnick charging in like this, and he hits him, the Ice Blast will still get a revenge crack. But does he have enough damage to get through Aloha? He shouldn't shatter. He'll survive through this.
You have to be so low to get the shatter off. You just lost your
Radiant's bottom tower
core hero
is
once
under
again.
attack.
Cheshire Cat just goes to split up the map and farm a little bit, but Resolution is right there. He's got the Yules too.
He can just siphon it. Like, even if Cheshire Cat does go for this roll, there's no way he can run away. Oh, he's just he just killed the Necrobook. Unwillingly. Unwillingly.
He just like threw down the nuke. Alright. I would have all chatted.
At that point, I'm wondering if it was better for Mad not to swap him on top of the Necro unit.
Things happen, man.
Had they did, and Beastmaster can now have enough money he can finish up his level 2.
That was so much gold.
How much was it in total? So it says just over 1100. I don't know how accurate that really is.
Didn't get experience though. That's probably even more important right now, because something that we should talk about when games happen like this is XP and gold both climbing over 7,500. It's not that bad.
I was
Mainly because of the kills.
worst.
It's because of the kill sprees that they gave away.
It's also because they haven't taken that many those many buildings. Like, it's like you've taken 2 tier 1 towers. That's all for Empire. I actually felt like there'll be more push coming out from them.
They don't have to all in anything though. They can play this slow.
Very true.
Everybody from PR smoked up, trying to wait for any sort of high ground attempt into their ancients or anything like that. But they've got it covered. Empire's just going to kind of play a little bit more patiently.
Where are you off to, PR? They don't have that aggressive observer ward. They saw Resolution for a moment, and now the smoke breaks. This is their aggressive ward right now on the cliff side.
PR have to get out. There's no way that you're going to fight around this.
Dire's bottom tower is
How long
under
till...
attack.
Yeah, especially with Exorcism. It's coming off cooldown in 2 seconds' time. But Empire can force the issue. Like, if PR's looking for a fight, then it's just Empire setting it on their terms. They don't have the perfect vision, however. This Hawk is still seeing more than for PR than Empire has for their warding. They're actually centering. That's an interesting spot to
Radiant's top
sentry.
tower is under
Maybe
attack.
it's looking for the Spirit Breaker. Yeah, that's got to be the reason for that ward. Because I thought you'd plan it a little bit further back so you could see the cliffside. Alright, so Aloha's had enough of this for now. He can just horn himself in anyway. But they can't bring Resolution back.
Aloha's just kind of farming up. Wants to go for the Manta style as fast as he can. The Death Prophet building for that Octarine core, I assume.
Is it worth actually going for the Manta in this game? He's
You
about to
are
get... Okay.
definitely going for the Manta. You really just... You gotta play more puffs, Toby.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, exactly what you're going to be dodging in this game.
Dire's
It's not about
middle tower
dodging, it's
is under
the
It's just
Desolate. It applies to your Manta illusions too.
Radiant's bottom
It becomes
tower is
impossible
under
for the
attack.
supports to... It becomes impossible for the supports to survive it when you get on top of them with Manta. Because as a support, you don't have enough, and at top, Cheshire Cat's going to go down. Like, imagine an AA playing against a Manta Spectre. What is he going to do? How's he going to figure out which one the real one is?
True.
Radiant's top tower
I'll add
is
Spectre
under
to my
attack.
list of heroes to pop with.
I'm just messing with you, man. I've got to give you a hard time. It's how you get better, right?
It's true. Blitz has been pretty freaking brutal with me when we played a couple of games.
Yeah.
It's the best way to learn.
Yeah, I'm a hard dad, man.
Yeah. If you ever
Radiant's
want to have
middle
Blitz
tower
teach
is
you
under
things,
attack.
like prepare your ass.
Yeah.
Like, it's it's rough.
Alright, so Zeus now has Aether Lens. And
He's still lacking a lot of regeneration though.
I mean, he's got Arcane Boots. He's fine. That's the build. This is... The biggest thing that he lacks is a disengage item. Like, he needs something like the Force.
To
He
break the
does.
distance on the Death Prophet.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's just, like, when somebody charges into you or you get stunned, you need a way to get just a little bit further. Because the way that Empire is going to prioritize targets is who has the least HP versus how much damage they put out. And Zeus is high up on that list. Does a ton of burst damage, but goes down incredibly quickly. So you need a way to defend yourself if possible.
This is such a Phonic style build. Every time a Force plays a Spirit Breaker, he goes directly
Dire's
into a
bottom
BKB.
tower is under attack. Dire's
But
structures
this
are
Spirit Breaker
fortified.
from Funnick, he's got a Mask of Madness now.
Endurance run.
The T1 tower taken without
Dire's
having to commit
bottom
Exorcism.
tower has fallen.
There's still no warding for Team Empire down just yet. The obs can be planted by Mab, so they get a lot more vision around. And this sentry is just a little bit too far away, but the Hawk should have scattered out the ward being placed. What a nice timing for resolution. Octarine fully done. They get rid of the Hawk, but that Ice Blast Mad swaps out Undying just to try and make sure that Tombstone does get off, and Resolution just goes to
Oh
work
my
with that
God.
Spectre ulti. They're burning through Power Rangers lineup. Resolution takes the double kill. He's going to get the triple over on Big Num. Actually, it's the Undying minion. Somehow it sniped out the kill. Illidan will die over in the tree line. It's a full team wipe against Power Rangers. They're going to lose.
Did you see?
He just killed himself on the Necro unit.
Did you see though how that fight looked? Like there were just 20 zombies hitting everybody.
Yep.
DP ult, spec ult. What are you supposed to do against that?
You can't. Like, you got no AOE clearance
like,
with this lineup.
It's not just that. Like there's just too much to deal with. And props to Mad for that suicide swap because he knew he was gonna die as soon as he did it. But getting the tombstone off was 10 times more important for the fight than Avenge being alive. Really good play by Mad.
It didn't have to end that way with Funnick's death though. He had Mask of Madness turned on. He killed an Necro unit.
I mean,
He killed himself
Again,
after
dude,
everyone was dead.
he just he's playing my sacrifice.
Oh boy.
Dire's
This
middle
game has just
tower
turned
is under
into
attack.
a disaster so far for PR. There's not a whole lot of ways that they can come back because when you're playing against
Oh.
this kind of global lineup, they're gonna kill.
Dire's middle tower is
Again,
under
it's just a vengeful spirit, and when you've got heroes like Spirit Breaker or Spec, you lose so much map control.
The upside is at least you get a little bit of it back by taking out that observer what he was planting, because that was his mission there. With the
Dire's
lightning bolt
middle
being thrown
tower
down, they saw
has
it
been
straight away.
denied.
What a
So-
weird situation. You've got a 5-man as PR, otherwise you get sniped by Spirit Breaker or Spec. But if you go for the 5-man, Empire has demonstrated time and time again that they'll take the fights.
PR. They are so lucky that Team Empire have a more vertical ward up on that hillside.
Dire's
But it
top
looks
tower
like Team
is under
Empire have worked
attack.
out what the hell is going on. They're already on their way.
I think they should still fight, even if Roshan is taken.
Well, you got Spectral Haunt, you got every ulti up.
Yeah, you're taking the fight.
Yeah, and here's your Haunt coming in. Who's even going to get Roshan? It's killed by the Dire. Sven does get the Aegis Immortal, but they're all pulled out, and they're clustered inside the Roche Pit, allowing Resolution now to go absolutely ham. PR, they're probably even going to call GG after this. This was the last roll of the dice for them.
Yeah, you're not gonna. This game is pretty much done if you lose this fight. Even with the Aegis, Illidan's just gonna go down. There's so much gold on the side of Team Empire. PR that was kind of like their last-ditch YOLO. Let's take an objective clear to our base, but Empire just doesn't care. Because when you're this far ahead and they're that clustered in, you've got Tombstone, Speckle, DP ult, you're gonna take that fight every time.
And now they can just take bottom tower.
Dire's bottom tower is
Okay,
under
maybe
attack.
PR feel like there's one more fight in them. Their death timers are low enough that they'll get to come back and fight once. I did say to you before we started this game, normally with Team Empire, there is one moment where they overextend and feed a lot back.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we've
that
had
could
a couple of mini moments this game.
I guess it was a little bit hasty of me to say that the game is done, but
It definitely feels that way.
it's just hard for me to kind of envision a world where Empire throws this away. They've got so many different ways to collapse onto the high ground. If they want, they can be as patient as they want and take out all the tier 2s and get map control, but you're seeing time and time again, PR strength are these team fights. Like, you've got a lot of team fight heroes, but you're not winning team fights. You don't have heroes that can split push, Toby. You don't have cores that can split push.
Yeah.
Like, what is a Sven gonna do to leave his base safely?
You're looking for a win path. Like, that's
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to look for a win condition right now for PR, and I might just be terrible, and I just don't see it.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't see it either. That's why I was ready to call GG in the pit. Like, when PR do something like that, it feels like the last roll of the dice. Like, we're so far behind, what do? We get Nagus the Immortal.
J4 is going to get picked off by the Spirit Breaker. And
PR don't even really care right now. Like, that BKB's flying out for Resolution. They can't touch him in the fights.
no, even without the BKB, there's just too much for them to cut through is the issue. Like, they have to get through the Tombstone first. Then you've got to somehow survive the Spectre ultimate. And then on top of that, you have to deal with the DP ghost flying around.
Yeah.
He's got the Octarine Core 2. The Glyph is on cooldown. Empire's well aware of this. With the BKB flying in, they're not really too concerned about anything. And
I love Big Num with the value Mango. He bought a Mango after he bought the mech because he didn't have enough mana, so he just triggers it as he's walking out so he can get to the front lines. But now I realized what happens when you hit the front line of this war. Resolution swapped out again by Matt. Thunder God's Wrath's going to go to work, but Resolution triggers the BKB. Matt again dying for the cause. Illidan trying to do as much work as he possibly can, but Aloha is all over his back line, and now the call will finally come. GG, well played. Game number 1 of this 2-game series will go the way of Team Empire.
fantastic play this game by pretty much everybody on Empire, but standout for me, I guess, is the Spirit Breaker played by Mad. He created, by Matt, or Funnick,
yep.
He played really well. Mad had hit every single swap that he needed to in the crucial fight at bottom, which really cemented the game for them when he got the Undying out of there. So really good play by both those two players.
There's quality times ahead. There's, we still have another 3 games to get through tonight. The second game of Team Empire versus Power Rangers. And then Team Liquid will be stepping up to the plate as they go up against Stark. There's still a lot of things that can happen in this group stage as we are very tight as far as the points go. This obviously won't update until the end of our series here. But Team Empire is still sitting very comfortable now. They will have a guaranteed 6 points, which is it's not a confirmed number 1 position, but if they can take this 2-0, then they go up to 8, and it'll be a very, very hard run for all the other teams, especially Team Liquid, who got 2 draws earlier on in their first 2 games of the tournament to try and catch up to Team Empire. So a big critical game coming up next. Stay tuned, and we will be back for it.